This movie was nearly fantastic. About a week ago, I went out and saw Fantastic Four. Marvel fans have been looking forward to this one for a long time. I remember back when Kevin Feige announced Thanos' Black Order for Avengers Infinity War, and everyone was bummed because they thought it was the Fantastic Four. Luckily for me now, it's finally out, and I happen to like it more than I was expecting to. Marvel really needed this movie to succeed, especially with Superman coming out a couple weeks prior. Thankfully, it seems like they did everything they could to make sure Fantastic Four was as perfect as it could be. Like many, I found the cool retro 60s aesthetic cool and retro. It's simple, but I think my favorite little detail was Herbie's tape deck head. The retro-futuristic environment made for an extremely interesting setting, while effectively removing it from the broader MCU. Unlike the rest of the films in the MCU, this one takes place in a completely separate universe. This concept gives Fantastic Four stakes that the other MCU movies don't necessarily have. If Galactus showed up in the main universe with the Avengers, the threat of him devouring the world is there, but we all know it's not really gonna happen, because there's other movies that would precede it. I genuinely had no idea whether or not these characters were gonna win their own movie. Speaking of characters, I happen to like all of them. For the first time ever, the Fantastic Four has genuine chemistry. The O5 set of characters have some charm, but these guys feel way more like an actual family. You guys can yell at me in the comments all you want, but in the first one, Doom buys the Thing a big old plate of pancakes to fight Reed, and he does it without any further questioning. Sue and Johnny really stand out to me as the two with a solid character overall. I'm entertained by Chris Evans' Johnny, but for one, he's a dick, and two, he's kind of an idiot. That isn't the case here. Johnny got to have all of his regular character traits, and on top of that, he's shown to be intelligent and a huge team player. He reminds me more of Johnny from the 90s cartoon, where the O5 variant reminds me of the guy who got kicked out of Spider-Man's apartment. I much prefer this one. The same goes for Sue. Until this film, her on-screen characterization had been horrendous. The O5 films just use her as something to look at, and I've never seen Fan4Stick. Funnily enough, Kate Mara is on record saying she's also never seen it, and that filming it was one of the worst experiences of her professional career. In this film, Sue finally got the opportunity to be written well. They did an excellent job showing the audience how powerful she truly is, while also showing that she's the glue that keeps the group together and the world from panicking. Reed and Ben were characterized well, so you get a good feel for their personalities, but it would have been nice to see them both get utilized more. I happen to like Pedro as Reed much more than I was anticipating. I never doubted his ability to act, but his performance in this film helped officially solidify him as Reed Richards for me. I only wish the filmmakers took advantage of how unique his powers are. All he does in this movie is stretch, and I know that's like his whole thing, but I gotta give a point to the O5 films for absolutely nailing how he uses his powers. The thing about Ben is, he's like perfect, but he doesn't really get to do much. I'm a huge fan of how he looks and how he was represented here. Plus, he gets to fly. He gets to fly a lot. Unfortunately, he definitely gets sidelined the most. I feel like because the filmmakers were trying to revitalize to audiences how important Johnny and Sue were, Reed and Ben kinda got a tad undercut. Reed and Johnny at least get some fun one-on-one character moments where Ben and Sue's were cut from the film altogether. Galactus was actually fucking awesome though, holy shit dude. They did a fantastic job making him a genuine threat to these characters. I like that he's just an unstoppable force of nature cruising through the cosmos attempting to settle his eternal hunger. I think they handled the Surfer well too. It would have been cool to get like one more scene with her, but they utilized her inclusion well without having her take away from any of the other characters. Something that stood out to me was the clear switch in tone from before and after the team goes up into space. The charismatic retro-future charm transitions into a spooky space thriller the second they arrive on Galactus' doorstep. It's probably my favorite section of the film. When it comes to little things, I personally would have enjoyed it if Johnny got to say flame on, or if the Thing actually wanted to say it's clobbering time. Johnny and Deadpool and Wolverine gets to say it, why doesn't this one get to say it? Like, the characters are already in this different retro-futuristic world, why not let them be a little corny with it and just let them say their shit? I did really enjoy everything this movie had to offer, but I do think they were playing it just a little safe. The film succeeded at using the elements it did while not making it too confusing for new audiences to latch on. That being said, that's like equally my criticism. Superman wasn't scared to be Superman. Fantastic Four should be proud to be Fantastic Four. At the end of the day, Fantastic Four First Steps is nearly fantastic. I like pretty much everything in this movie. It's definitely the closest thing we've gotten to a standalone MCU film in a while. Before I wrap up, some silly honorable mentions are that the Franklin baby looks really funny on CGI surfaces, particularly when the Thing holds him or he's in Galactus' hand, and the Doom post-credit scene was goofy as hell. That shit made me laugh. Final basis, if you like the Fantastic Four, you'll definitely have a good time.